How are you doing? It's been a minute. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever this video might be finding you. Come in and let us have a chat. It's been a long day, but guess what? I'm super excited. Super excited. My name is Katie, and I'm a financial professional. I'm a financial coach and a business owner. I'm a mom. Where are my moms in the house? Where are my stay-at-home moms? Where are the moms who are tired of being sick and tired? Come in and let us have a chat. Where are my moms who are sick and tired of being sick and tired? Where are the gentlemen who are tired of working 16 hours and it's still not adding up? Come in here, let's have a chat. This video is for you. Come in, let's have a chat. Christmas is closing in on us. Let's talk about how we can have a cash Christmas instead of going to max out the next credit card. We're not going to max out the next credit card. We don't want to do that, okay? We absolutely don't want to max the next credit card. So guess what? We are going to be talking about how we can have a cash Christmas instead. So if you live in the United States or you live in Canada and you are looking for an opportunity for financial freedom, let me show you how. If you're looking for an opportunity and you've been thinking, well, I really want to start a side hustle. I want to supplement my income. You know, I'm working hard, but I don't want to find the next job. I don't want to chase the second and the third job, but I really want to supplement my income. I want another stream of income because guess what? You need at least 4 streams of income. And you and I know that in this economy, one stream of income is not going to cut it. The next job is not going to cut it either because you're just going to end up paying more in taxes, right? So you really want to make sure that, you know, you're leveraging something that would help supplement your income. So if you live in Canada or you live anywhere in the United States, it doesn't matter the states, all right? Let me say hi in the comment section. Let's talk about understanding how money works and making it work for you. Let's talk about how you can have a cash Christmas instead of maxing out on the next credit card. We don't want to max on the next credit card for Christmas. We want a cash Christmas. Is it possible? Absolutely, it's possible. So do you live in the United States? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Christmas is gradually closing in on us. You might be thinking, I have these children. Or some of you who have, you know, family back home. They'll soon start calling your phone and guess what? And then you're not responding. Some of you even go as far as blocking them on WhatsApp. So New Year's over, right? Because you know that they're going to ask you for money. And you're thinking, well, where am I going to take this money from? Because all you do is work and pay the bills. You work, pay bills. You work, pay bills. How about you having your own business? How about you start to put in time building your own business? I know of so many people who are looking at building and starting their own business, but they just don't know what to do. They don't know where to start. They don't even know what business to start. Okay. So let me know if you want more information and I will gladly share more information with you. Because here's the thing. Everybody in America ends up broke unless they understand how money works. Okay, unless they understand how money works. If you don't understand how the system works, you would work for 40 years and retire broke. If you don't understand how the system works, the day you come down with a critical or a chronic sick illness, guess what? You're going to end up with a foreclosure. So you want to make sure, hi, Big Dog, how are you doing? Where are you tuning in from? Hi, good evening. My name is Katie and I am coming to you live from Austin, Texas. Yes, that is where I am. That is where I am. I am in Texas. So if you live anywhere in Texas, why not? I'd love to connect. I'd love to meet. You're good, amazing. Where are you tuning in from, Big Dog? That's an amazing name, Big Dog. I'm a bit scared of dogs though. So I hope that's a nickname. I'm a bit scared of dogs. Okay, so you might be here listening to me and you're like, you're looking for, you're looking for financial freedom. But the question is, where are you looking for it? Are you living the American dream or you're living the American nightmare? So many people are living the American nightmare. Imagine that all you have to do is work. Oh, I'm scared. I'm super scared of dogs. I had a bad experience. Oh, thank you so much, Alina. I had a bad experience with dogs, and since then, I've really had a phobia. Not for any, not for any reason, but just for the mere reason that I'm super, super scared. I can look at them from a distance and I'll be like, oh, they're cute, but I will not go close. I will run, right? Thank you so much, Alina. Where is everybody tuning in from? Let's talk about financial freedom. If you live in the United States or in Canada, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Are you living the American dream or you're living the American nightmare? How old am I? Big dog. My birthday was last week and I turned 37. I'm 37 years old and I'm a mom. Yes. So where are my moms? Where are my moms? Where are my moms? If you're a stay-at-home mom, you need to be on this call tonight. If you're a stay-at-home dad, you need to be here tonight. If you're just a lady doing a few hours a week just to support her spouse, or you're a lady wanting to retire her spouse because he's always at work. But here's the thing. You can't spend quality time if he's always at work because someone has to pay the bills, right? Someone has to pay the bills. But is there a way out? Absolutely. I spoke to a very good friend of mine in Oklahoma and he was like, Katie, is there really a way out? I'm like, absolutely. You and I need to sit down and talk. Do you have bad dreams sometimes? No, I don't, big dog. I really have bad dreams, to be honest with you. Really have bad dreams. So we want to kind of see how we can have, cash Christmas. We don't want to be maxing out the next credit card. Okay, we don't want to max out the next credit card. We want to see how we can actually have a cash Christmas. Wouldn't that be a good idea? Absolutely, it would be a good idea. Really cold. Would it not be a good idea to, start building your own so that you can eventually start to work from home? And now is the thing. Here's the thing. So many of us are looking for financial freedom at our places of work. It's not gonna work. I used to work as a social worker for about 7 years. It's not gonna work, right? And I burned out eventually. I got burned out so badly, right? So we do know that it's not gonna work. And whoever bills millions as an employee, no. So when we look at the cash flow quadrant, if you haven't read that book, please do yourself a favor, go and read it. Okay, cash flow quadrant. So there are 4 sides of that. There are 4 sides, in that quadrant. You have the first 2, which talks about being an employee and being self-employed. So of course, being an employee, you're kind of putting in energy. Will I have to go to bed? All right. Have a good night, big dog. Thanks for stopping by. I hope I'll see you soon. I should be doing this now every Thursday night. Every Thursday night, I would be here after my coaching session to kind of talk more about, financial freedom, how you can start your own business and what it takes to kind of start your own business. Okay, so one of the things that you're looking at when you want to start building your own business is that, does that business offer you a 1099 to file taxes? Any business that doesn't offer you a 1099 to file taxes, run away from it. Okay, run away from it, because definitely it's not legit. Because any legit business would give you a 1099 to file taxes. So yes, what we do, you definitely have a 1099 to file taxes. So if you're looking at starting a side hustle, bye-bye, have a good night. If you're looking at starting a side hustle, you're looking at starting your own business, guess what? You want to make sure that you are definitely listening here. So if you stumble across this video later on, because I don't intend for this to be a long session, next week I will kind of give you the advantages if you live in the United States why you should really consider building or starting your own business before the year ends. Okay, you want to start your own business before the year ends. Okay, you want to start growing your own business instead of always filing, and tax season is coming. Instead of always filing as W-2, you want to file as a 1099 as a small business owner. Okay, so that you can write off up to 30,000 in taxes. Hi, Ray of Sunshine. How are you doing? Where are you tuning in from? Thanks for stopping by. My name is Katie, and I'm tuning in live from Austin, Texas. Okay, where are you tuning in from? So tonight we're kind of just touching base again about the American dream. Whether you're living the American dream or New Orleans. Amazing. Good to have you, sir. Are you living the American dream or you're living the American nightmare? Which one is it? If all you do is work, extra time, overtime all the time, chasing 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and still it's never enough, it's time to pause and have a think, have a rethink. Okay, so if you're putting in all of that energy, all of that effort, building someone else's business, I don't think it'd be a bad idea to invest 2 hours a week to start building your own business, start building your own empire. Don't you think it's a good idea? I think it's a good idea. That you want to start understanding how money works. Because part of taking care of your family is understanding how money works, understanding how the system works. If I asked you, what is your FIN number? What does that look like for you? Your financial independence number. When do you want to retire? Oh, well, Katie, I'm just 22. You will blink and you'll be 65, right? Before you know it, so many people want a comfortable retirement, yet they don't have a plan. That is why when you go to places like Walmart, maybe you go to a taxi rank, waiting for a lift, you see people who are way past the age of retirement and they're still on the clock. And you look at them and you go, well, that will never be me. But if I asked you what your plan is to make sure that you're never in that situation, guess what? You don't have a plan. Because so many people, everybody wants a comfortable retirement, but no plan. And some people will say, oh, well, they're just bored. Well, you know what I think? If you are bored, why not travel the world? And, and sip mimosa on a white sand beach. That would be a good idea, right? Than checking receipts at the door of a supermarket. So if you do not have a plan in place, you want to pause and think, okay, if I want to retire at age 50, which it's an age I hear so many people say, okay, how much have you saved and what's the saving strategy and what are you using to save to make sure you benefit the compounding effect over time? How are you planning for your retirement? Because you're never too young. Absolutely, Ray agrees with me. You're never too young. The planning starts now. In fact, you're already late. Is it from your job that you're going to retire? Is it from your 401k? Robert Kiyosaki says everybody planning to retire on a 401k is planning to retire broke, right? So the question is, what is the solution? That is why you and I need to talk. What is the solution then? If all you have is a 401k, a 403b, a TSP, right? If you do a little research to kind of what happened in 2020, you realize that so many people retired in 2020 ended up losing about 35% of their portfolios. And guess what? You wonder why they had to all go back to work. A lot of them ended going back to work, retired, but cannot stay retired. You know why? Because the subject of money is not taught at school. The subject of money is not taught at school. It's taught at home, right in the comfort of your home. Some of you listening to me, you might even be in your bed, right? You might even be in your bed. The subject of money is not taught at school. If you know any school or college that teaches us how money works, how money grows, the benefits of compounding effects, the benefits of making sure that you create passive income and generational wealth, please let me know. I would go there, pay that tuition and study. All right, so you want to make sure that you are at the driver's seat of your finances. So are you looking for a side hustle? Are you looking to supplement your income? Are you looking at transferring generational wealth? Are you looking at avoiding probate? Are you looking at benefiting from compound interest? If that is you, put interested in the comment section and I will connect with you and we can connect one-on-one. Okay, I'll put my number in the comment section. It's 301-500-8267. I will connect with you and then we'll take it from there. I will jump on here every single Thursday around this time, and I will be sharing with you a bit more about this opportunity. But also I'll be sharing with you, a few things, kind of how money grows in the United States and how you can also take advantage of it, and some of the tax codes that you can leverage, okay? Because this country is governed literally by tax codes. If you understand how to leverage the different tax codes, good for you. If you don't, you would continue to pay the price of ignorance, right? So let's talk about these things. I'll be back again next week, Thursday, to kind of give you some advantages why you should really start thinking of owning your own business, rather than just, being on the clock and building someone else's. Because it's either you build your dreams or someone would hire you to build their own. Okay? It's either you build your dreams or someone would hire you to build their own. So what is it going to be? Either you build your dreams or someone would hire you to build their own. So what are the advantages of owning a business? If you live in America or in Canada, what are the advantages of owning your own business? What are the advantages of having, if I asked you if you've had financial freedom, it's always, you're either always on the clock, working overtime, extra time, and all of the time, and you're hardly ever there for the things that really matter. That's number one. Number two, you either work very hard and have enough, so you're kind of comfortable, but you barely have time for yourself. How about that? And even when you have a little time for yourself, you're always very tired, right? So it's like, Katie, is there a way out? Some of you have even stopped dreaming. I spoke to a friend in Atlanta on Tuesday, and she said to me, Katie, what's the point? What's the point in dreaming if I don't see a way out to make sure that that dream becomes a reality? Right? So what has made you to stop dreaming? Because your dreams are still valid, right? Your dreams are still very, very valid, right? So what has made you to stop dreaming? Because it has to be a way out, right? So we will be talking about those things as well. In the meantime, questions about finances, how to grow your money, how to protect it, how to make sure that your children graduate without student loans. Ladies and gentlemen, if all you know is to open some bank accounts and put some money in there for your children to go to school, you and I know that's not going to cut it. So you need to understand what plan or what account do you have for your children to go to college and graduate without taking student loans? Because we don't want them to get trapped in the debt trap even before their career had started, right? We don't want that for them. Okay, so let's talk about these things and then we are going to, take it from there. So I'll be back here next week, Thursday, to kind of break some of these things down, and hopefully it can help someone think about starting their own business. Okay, till then, please, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit on that subscription button. Plus, you want to hit on that notification button as well, so that every time I go live to share nuggets about your finances, you don't want to miss it, because you want to make sure you are at the driver's seat of your finances. It is your responsibility to understand how money works. Have an amazing weekend ahead. Look after yourself and keep making wise financial decisions. Until then, I'll see you soon. Take care and bye-bye for now.